is Mackenzie. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for being here. Today we are going to be doing my monthly goal check-in video. So this is kind of going to be short and sweet. We're going to talk about my physical TBR, the number of books that I still have on it, my reading mood going into the month of February, and at the very end we will defend the purchases that I made in January, everyone's favorite segment. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm looking at my notes from last month because I did in like the middle of January, I put out this similar video to like start out my year, and I think I said I had a current physical TBR of 144 books, and this was not going to include the 2 books that I was carrying over from 2022. I think my numbers were correct. So at this point I currently have a TBR of 147. So I read a total, without counting my 2 carryover books from 2022, I read 6 books in January. One of those books I read on audio. Another one I also read on audio. I did end up purchasing that book. So I'm not counting that book in my purchases, but I'm also not counting it as taking a book off my TBR, so it's just coming up as a wash. So I'm not going to sit here and talk about the books that I did read in the month of January, mainly because I do a monthly wrap-up, which I will link up in the cards, and I also do something else called the spoiled wrap, and it's basically where I talk about the same books that I read in the month, but I talk all spoilers. So I will also link that up in the cards for you guys. So the purpose of this video really, I think, is to determine where I either went wrong or right in the previous month and set some mini goals for myself moving forward into the next month as to how I'm going to accomplish the feats that I'm trying to do. So I am entirely overwhelmed with what's been going on at work, and so it's kind of hard for me to come and read when mainly all I want to do is sleep because I'm exhausted. So I've been sleeping a lot more, which is not a bad thing. I am still trying to find moments of reading. I know I didn't read a lot, and instead of reading, I'm doom scrolling, and I hate it. So moving on into February, I'm absolutely going to be looking out for that, stopping myself from being on my phone and instead listening, reading, picking up a book. I am still doing like my crochet, so when I do listen to an audiobook, it makes it easier because I have something to do while I'm listening to my audiobook. Moving into February, I'm trying not to feel overwhelmed with everything that I'm wanting to do. I have a lot of things that are going on in February book-wise, mainly the Blackathon Readathon that is happening for the whole month of February. There is I have like 3 or 4 different book clubs that I'm trying to do, and also year-long reading challenges. So like we have Blackathon, we have the Literally Dead Book Club, we have the NB Book Club, we have the Black Classics Book Club, we have the Buzzword Readathon, and the Eldia Choose Your Own Adventure. So I have 6 different book things that are going on. So I'm trying not to lose track of all of the videos in my head, but this is going to help me moving in to February get rid of a lot of books off of my TBR. So for the Eldia Adventure, I have 2 books on my TBR for that, from my physical TBR. Literally Dead Book Club, no. I'll be reading those on audiobook though before I purchase them, so that way it can be a wash and I don't have to count them for either or. I was gonna use the Blackathon Readathon to also take a couple of things off of my bookshelf. Anything that I am going to read for those other ones, I will have to get from the library first. Let's go ahead and defend some of my purchases. Ring the bell.
Shame.
I think the only thing that I purchased that wasn't part of my rules being that it has to be on sale and or part of a series that I already have started on my TBR and I'm just buying them to finish up the series. So those are my 2 rules, and this is the only one that broke that rule. This is The Witching Hour by Anne Rice. Me and my coworker, you may have heard me talk, we are the ones who read the Throne of Glass series together. We are also eventually going to be reading a ton of series together, but we wanted to start with the Mayfair Witches series by Anne Rice. I loved the first book of the Interview of the Vampire series. It's dark, it's twisted, and of course the TV show is out for the Mayfair Witches, as well as the Interview with the Vampire show that I haven't watched yet, but I'm really intrigued to watch. So that might be a video that I do with you guys later. I'm not sure what this is about. This is a really old book. She's doing the Stephen King moment on the back. paperback. Not sure what this is about. I've read about 5 pages of it and I fell asleep. No real defense of this one except for the fact that I know I'm going to continue because I'm reading with my friend. And if I'm going to break the rules, I'm glad that I'm doing it for my friend. The month of January, I did start the Darker Shade of Magic series, so I did want to purchase, and I liked it, so I did purchase the other 2 books. I have a Gathering of Shadows and a Conjuring of Light. So I will be finishing up this series. However, only one of them, the second book, was buy one, get one 50% off. So I had to get this one, so I had to get this one full price. This one was buy one, get one 50% off, so I had to take advantage of the deal. And I got A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers. I have been wanting to read this for a very long time. This is about a woman who is a food critic, and then she starts, I guess, killing people and eating them. I love that. That's amazing. So at least we were all there for the BOGO sale. Okay, then I have a few other ones. Before me and my coworker decided on starting the Mayfair Witches series, we were talking about potentially doing a Song of Silver Flame Like Night by Emily Wen Zhao. This was 20% off at Barnes & Noble. I truly do hate the cover for it. The title. I hate the title for it. However, I am interested in the Blood Heir series, which is the one that's Blood Heir, Red Tigress, and Crimson Rain, and those sounded cool, so I really wanted to get into this one as well. I also love dragons, and it seems like this is going to be a little bit based on mythology. Negative 500 cycles. What a cool little world building moment. I also believe this is going to be a series, but who knows? So we have potentially another series. Wonderful, Mackenzie. Then we had another BOGO moment. We had The Thursday Murder Club, which was on BOGO, and I've been wanting to read it forever. So as a companion, I got Love in the Time of Cholera by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. This is the author that also wrote 100 Years in Solitude, which I also have but haven't read yet. So I mean, why not continue to add more books to my TBR that maybe or maybe I will not read? These also don't say it, but they were 50% off. The sticker's not on here, but they were 50% off. So this one was The Ones We Burn by Rebecca Mix. I wasn't going to get this one just because it was 50% off because I'm trying not to buy series. However, this is a standalone. So I'm very happy about this. And look at the cover. Look at the back. Look at the front. I love this. Monster, Butcher, Bloodwind. Love it. And also I got This Vicious Grace by Emily Theed. I had this on my anticipated releases in 2022, and Books and Lala's review of it really kind of end papers. I love end papers. Look at that. Oh, I love that. It was her review that made me decide, okay, yeah, I absolutely do want to read this book. This is her first novel. So hopefully it's good. I know this is also a start to a series, but I'm really interested in it. So it was going to happen regardless. So that's it for my monthly goal check-in. Like I said, my new TBR total is 147. We did not go down. This was a disappointment. However, room for improvement. So moving into February, like I said, I have a bunch of those reading challenges and book clubs that I'm going to be reading. So I think my goal is to read them as audiobooks and kind of not put too much of a focus on them because I have so many books that I'm trying to get through. Anytime that I can add one of my physical TBR to fit one of those prompts, I'm going to be doing it. So with a focus on that, with a focus on just doing audiobooks and getting them from my library for the other books, then I think we're going to be okay moving into February. So February is a short month. We have 28 days, and there is Valentine's Day in there, and my anniversary is technically February 29th, but it doesn't exist this year, so I'll kind of be busy. Hopefully make time for reading, and we'll just see. I'll see you guys next month. I'll see you in the next video, but hopefully next month, by the time I see you, we get out of like over 45? Like, is it too much to ask to take 2 books and keep 2 books off of my TBR at all times? Can we get to 145? Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video of me rambling about how much I am reading and buying and not reaching goals. Tell me what your reading month in February is going to look like. Are there any readathons or book clubs that you are keeping up with this year? Let me know down in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!